The rationale is a vast body of evidence suggesting that interleukin-6 is very high in systemic JIA, and the excessive production of IL-6 explains a lot of the clinical and laboratory features of the disease. Because it specifically antagonizes the biological activities of interleukin-6, therefore getting rid of one of the main pathogenic mediators of the disease. The part 1 of the study, which was a randomized placebo-controlled part, showed a significant difference in the primary response, marked significant difference in the primary response, as well as significant improvement across all the ACR scores, with almost 50% of the patient reaching an ACR 90 in 12 weeks. 52-week data show 50% of the patient with zero active joints, 70% of the patient with an ACR 90 response, and half of the patient off corticosteroids. There was nothing unusual or unexpected. There were no increases in the rate of adverse event or serious adverse event or serious infection between the first part and the open label extension, therefore suggesting not an accumulation of safety signals. The other things are compatible with the safety profile of tocilizumab. It is being used in a compassionate use programs in several countries, has been approved a few weeks ago by the FDA and just last week from the EMEA, therefore it will be used. We have already used it. We have already used it in an off-label or compassionate use program on some patients. Well, the quality of life scores that we've actually measured along the trial do improve significantly. Most of the patients, especially those that have a significant improvement in their active joint counts or go to clinical remission, they have a much better quality of life. You have to ask the parents. I've seen some of the parents, but I think this is a very personal question and you can't answer on emotion on somebody else. Some of them went into a new life. One of the children we treated, I mean, she started a new life, and this was very good to see. Yes, some of the patients do have a very prompt response, like you give tocilizumab the first infusion and they feel better in a matter of hours. Some of them do not. It takes longer than that. So it's true. I've heard anecdotes like this. One of my patients is like this. She got her first infusion and a few hours after she was really happy and running. But others it took much longer than that. I think the idea would be to find a cure, and I guess this is probably the disease in which we have made the most important progresses in the last few years, with the IL-1 inhibition on one side and the IL-6 inhibition on the other side. I think in the end we have tools that are able to control the disease. We still need to learn how, when, and who is going to respond to what. But it's going to be a matter of years, and we'll figure this out, I think. No. I wish they would. We can't do this in these studies. This is a company-sponsored study.
But you said that you use it on selected patients in routine practice.
Oh, we have all the severe cases, that were seen in our center and that were not satisfactorily controlled by anything else had been treated with tocilizumab. We have a bunch of them, but this is not this is not a study. This is just clinical experience in clinical practice, real clinical practice.